நான் சோழ நாட்டின் காவலன், சோழ மக்களின் வேலைக்காரன்.
Hello everyone, this is Soundarya Adimuthu and you're listening to Do I Like It? A Quint production where we review anything and everything under the sun. In this episode, I'll tell you, do I like Ponniyin Selvan?
In life, things happen. And even if nothing's happening, that's still something happening, right? So on this show, we talk about things that happen. We get an esteemed panel of highly jobless people to answer the million-dollar question. Do I like it?
Mani Ratnam's Ponniyin Selvan Part 1 has a stellar star cast, including Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, Vikram, Karthi, Jayam Ravi, Trisha, Prakash Raj. Oh my god, so many brilliant actors who were roped in this film, and it released on September 30th. Alright, and I am recording this podcast roughly around 10 days later, but it already feels like a decade since there is so much that's going on the internet about this film right now. But before I talk about Ponniyin Selvan, the controversy around it, about the film, did I like it or not, here's a gentle reminder for the day. No, I'm not reminding you to go subscribe to the Quint's YouTube channel and follow us on all podcast streaming platforms. I'm sure you must have done that already. So the reminder is actually to drink lots of water and stay hydrated. See, I'm a nice person, Not always though, but sometimes. Anyways, coming back, Ponniyin Selvan, the movie adaptation of Kalki's Tamil novel titled the same, is all over the internet for three main reasons. Starting with number 3, for receiving predominantly positive reviews from the original novel's fans, the film critics, and the audience alike. And number 2, for becoming a raging hit at the box office. Like, the film grossed over 325 crores worldwide in just a week. And number 1 reason, however, is for sparking a debate on the Chola Emperor Raja Raja Cholan's religious identity. Because Ponniyin Selvan is an epic historical fiction about Raja Raja Cholan. So before we talk about the film's review, let's address the controversy part. Recently, the speech of the National Award-winning filmmaker Vetrimaran, who's known for directing Dhanush stars like Adukalam and Asuran, he sparked a controversy on, whether Raja Raja Cholan was a Hindu or not. So in his speech, he was talking about how art is inherently political, our very existence is political. And cinema as an art form, how it easily reaches common people and, why it's essential to make cinema political, like why it is important to politicize this art form, this medium. And he was talking about how if we, not treat art rightly, if we fail to do so, like very soon we will lose out our identities. So far, so good. Nothing very controversial about this. Everyone agrees with what he says. But then he says this statement. They, referring to the Hindutva groups, he says they are constantly misappropriating our identities, like cladding Tiruvallur in saffron or presenting Raja Raja Cholan as a Hindu king. Our identities are being erased, is what he says. Now that's the moment the internet decides to take charge. It gets divided into two armies. One which supports Vetrimaran's speech, which says Raja Raja Cholan is misrepresented as a Hindu king, and the other army which lashes out at him and his supporters, claiming that Raja Raja Cholan was a Hindu. So now the social media soldiers from both the armies start waging wars against each other, blurting out some random theories from WhatsApp Forwards University. So the Quint, we didn't want to believe either side. So in order to set the record straight, we just reached out to historians, who are the subject experts, to understand what was the religion that Raja Raja Cholan followed and is it appropriate to call him a Hindu. So what does history say? Is Raja Raja Cholan a Hindu? Oh, you thought I will give you the answer right away. So sweet. Listen till the end of this podcast to know the answer. But before that, let's talk about the film Ponniyin Selvan and whether or not I liked it. So the story revolves around the Chola Empire. The main emperor is Sundara Chola, played by Prakash Raj. He has 3 children. Crown Prince Aditya Karikalan, played by Vikram, Princess Kundavai, played by Trisha, and Arulmozhivarman, Jayam Ravi. He is called Arunmozhi in the film. The Chola Empire is under a threat. There is this guy called Madurandagan, played by actor Rahman. He is eyeing to grab the throne. And there are also internal forces that are plotting to pull down the Chola Empire. That includes Pediya Pazhuvettarayar, played by Sharat Kumar, his wife Nandini, played by Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, and his brother Chinna Pazhuvettarayar. So Sundara Chola is already sick, and so there starts the battle for succession. The film is all about politics, love, betrayal, abuse of power, and it's basically high on drama. I really loved Vikram as Aditya Karikalan. He shines well as this conflicted guy who's angry and heartbroken. I mean, like, I related to him on so many levels. He's always cribbing about life. I'm always cribbing about life. He's hot-tempered. I'm hot-tempered. He's heartbroken because his girlfriend betrayed him. I'm heartbroken that I never had a boyfriend. Okay, the third point is not the same, but you get the drift, right? I really loved this role. Another performance that I really loved is Karthi as Vandiyathevan. But I do not like his character Vandiyathevan, if you know what I mean. Okay, let me explain. He is like a walking WhatsApp. Okay, he plays this messenger who is responsible, for the communication between Sundara Cholar and his children who are in different places due to circumstances. He's this happy-go-lucky guy. He's flirtatious. He meets random girls and drops a random pickup line, and the girl is impressed already. Like, she smiles and flirts back. I mean, like, what is happening, bro? Like, basically, he's everything that I'm not. Like, I can't strike a conversation with a guy that I like. So I think I have all the right to hate his character, right? Yeah, but Karthi was just perfect for the role, so excused. Another interesting aspect about the film is that as much as it is about giant men with fragile egos, the women in the film are the real players. Though they are caged in this patriarchal, monarchical system, I think Kundavai and Nandini have their own unique strengths that they play along with. If men need strong daggers to fight the war, I think these ladies just need their fierce eyes, man. They are simply on fire. And there is specifically one scene where these two ladies face off, and it's just, too much to handle. Now let's talk about A.R. Rahman's music. I just got reminded of one famous meme, where a killer enters the room with a knife and a guy is hiding inside. So the killer sings the first line of a popular song, and the guy who's hiding, he foolishly sings the second line and gets killed. Because every time A.R. Rahman goes and I go iya samari, and then get killed by A.R. Rahman's fantastic music. Honestly, Ponniyin song is just too good, man. It lives rent-free in my head now. And I highly suggest you go listen to it in Tamil. It's just damn good. I really loved every song in that album, as a matter of fact. But then they were all good as standalone pieces, It did not sync well, for a period film per se, because it felt more like a contemporary music, something that feels, relevant in the 21st century, not in the 10th century. Not that I know how music sounded in 10th century, but then it gives you this not a period film music vibes. But again, the songs were great, and I don't really think there is a need to complain there. Just enjoy the song and move on. And now about something that made me feel a little out of place is that, it feels slightly difficult to follow the story. There are so many characters, and, by the time you recognize who's who, what are they doing and all of that, they go forward with the plot. And, though it is not completely ancient Tamil, the language was slightly difficult for you to follow along. I know it was conversational in the present day context, but then it's still a little difficult. You need to have this eagle's eye, you need to observe very carefully, try and connect the dots. But I think if you already read the original novel, Ponniyin Selvan, it would be easier for you. But I assume most of us wouldn't have read it before. So you really need to invest yourself in that universe. But I'm sure you will reap the benefits. It will be extremely rewarding once you do that. So after all this talk, do I like Ponniyin Selvan? The answer is, Ponniyin Selvan is not Harry Potter, or it is not GOT. It is not Bahubali or RRR either. It is Ponniyin Selvan, a film of its own league, especially since the terms like pan-Indian film, Hollywood standards and all of these are floating around. I think it's quite natural to give in to this urge and compare it with other larger-than-life big-budget films. But keeping aside these controversies and comparisons with other big films, I think if you watch it with a fresh pair of eyes, you will enjoy the film better, is what I feel. Talking about controversy. Coming back, is Raja Raja Cholan a Hindu? Yeah, I told you we spoke with historians. So they told me that the right answer for the question, is Raja Raja Cholan a Hindu, is no. Raja Raja Cholan was not a Hindu. History says it is not fair to impose modern day identities such as Hindu, which came into existence in the colonial period of India, on Raja Raja Cholan, an emperor who ruled the Chola Empire, practiced Shaivism, and built the Tanjavur, Brihadishwara temple for Lord Shiva. While some might ask, is Shaivism not part of Hinduism? I think it's a question in today's context because Hinduism is a misnomer to talk about the early medieval period. At the time, during his period, Raja Raja Cholan was consciously a Shaivite, nothing more nor less. But if you want to know more about this explanation, if you want to read up a little more, go to thequint.com and see our detailed article to understand why historians say Raja Raja Cholan was not Hindu. And yeah, that was today's episode of Do I Like It? Follow us on Instagram at thequint and tell us what you want us to talk about next week. And check out our website, thequint.com, for more groundbreaking reports and videos. This was Soundarya Adimuthu, and I'll see you in the next one. Do I Like It is a Quint original podcast hosted by Soundarya Adimuthu, executive produced by Shelly Walia and Ritu Kapoor. Produced by Anjali Palod, edited by Prateek Liddu, uses audio from Ponniyin Selvan, theme music from BMG Production Music.
You were listening to the Quint's podcast.